Ever feel like marketing your business has to be this big, loud, in your face kind of thing?
Right.
What if it could be, I don't know, simpler?
Yeah.
More about, well, you.
Huh.
That's what we're diving into today with Christine Michaelis' book, Authentic Marketing.
Love that book.
It's all about finding more joy, more genuine connection in how we market our businesses.
Which I think we could all use a bit more of.
Absolutely. And it all starts, Christine says, with a little self-discovery.
Okay. Interesting.
She even kicks things off with this quote, I know of nothing more valuable when it comes to the all-important virtue of authenticity than simply being who you are.
Oh, I like that. Who said that?
That was Charles R. Swindoll.
Okay, yeah.
And it sounds so simple, right?
Right.
But she backs it up. Like, she gives you the tools to actually figure out what being yourself means for your business.
I think that's key. Because it's one thing to say be authentic, but then it's like, well, how?
Exactly. And one of the first questions she asks is, what makes you genuinely happy?
Hmm.
And I admit, my first thought was, what does my happiness have to do with, like, email lists and target demographics?
Right, right. Because shouldn't we be focusing on, like, the marketing stuff?
Right. But Christine's point is, when you understand what truly lights you up,
Yeah.
it shows up in your work, you know?
Yeah.
That passion, it's contagious.
Totally.
And customers, clients, they can feel it.
It's true. It's like you can spot authenticity a mile away.
For sure. And she digs even deeper into that with values, not just, oh, I value honesty, but really thinking about what that looks like in action.
Oh, I like that. So it's not just about listing off some vague values. It's about, like, really understanding what they mean to you.
Yeah, like how would an honest brand communicate with its audience?
Right.
Would they be upfront about their pricing, even if it's not the cheapest?
Mm.
Would they be transparent about their process, maybe even admit when they mess up?
Right. Which we all do, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. But I think those are the moments that actually build trust, you know?
Totally. Because it's real.
Exactly. And that's what people are drawn to, the realness.
100%.
Okay, so knowing our values, that's a good foundation, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But then Christine, she takes it a step further. She's got this whole concept of, like, finding your niche.
Right.
But she doesn't call it that. She calls it your unicorn special power.
I love that.
Right.
It's so much better than USP.
Way better.
It's catchy, but it's also like she's capturing something kind of magical, you know?
Yeah, it's not just jargony. It's like...
It's inspiring.
Exactly. Okay, so unicorn special power, what does it actually mean?
Basically, it's about getting really specific about what you're amazing at. Like that intersection of your unique skills and what your ideal client needs.
Okay, I'm following. But how do we actually figure that out? Because that feels kind of big and swirly, you know?
Right, it can. But Christine, she gives some really practical advice. One thing she suggests is looking back at client testimonials.
Oh.
Yeah, like what are the patterns? What are people consistently praising you for?
Oh, that's good. So it's not just about what we think we're good at, it's what's actually resonating.
Exactly.
And she also talks about competitor analysis.
Yeah, which can feel a little scary, I think, for some people.
Oh, totally. Like, we don't want to copy.
Right. But it's not about copying. It's about seeing the landscape. Like, where's the space for you to be different? What gaps are there?
What perspective can you bring that nobody else can?
Exactly.
It makes me think about, you know, when you're at a party and someone asks what you do, and you kind of fumble over it because it feels like everyone's heard it all before.
The worst.
But when you have that unicorn special power, suddenly you're the most interesting person in the room.
Yes, because you're offering something unique.
Okay, but I have to be honest, the whole niche down thing, it makes me a little nervous. Like, what if I limit myself too much?
Oh, I hear you. It's a common fear.
Yeah.
But here's the thing Christine says. When you try to be everything to everyone, you often end up
being nothing to no one. I was
Exactly.
like, what's that saying? Jack of all trades.
master of none.
Yep.
And honestly, clients can sense that too. They want to know you're the expert in their specific problem.
That makes sense. But I do think there's also this fear that, like, once we pick our unicorn special power, it's set in stone.
Oh, for sure. But Christine is really clear about that it's not about locking yourself in. It can evolve.
Right. Good.
She even says it's good to get feedback, experiment a little. It's like your USP unfolds over time.
So it's more of a journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you learn as you go, refine it based on, like, what's working, what's not.
Which honestly is how most things in business work, right?
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so we've talked about values, we've talked about unicorn special power, but Christine, she doesn't stop there.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. She brings up something that to me, ties into all of this collaboration.
Okay,
Right.
interesting. You mean like working with other people?
Well,
Collaborate. Okay, yeah, I see how that fits in.
right. And it's more than just like networking or getting coffee with someone.
Yeah, yeah, it's got to be deeper than that.
She's talking about strategic partnerships, you know, the kind that can like really elevate your business.
Okay, I like where this is going. But I think that word strategic, sometimes it feels a little intimidating, Like, how do we even begin to be strategic about collaborating?
Totally. But she breaks it down, which I love. She actually suggests like starting small.
Small. Okay.
Yeah, like before you jump into some big thing, try something like a joint webinar, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Or maybe co-hosting a LinkedIn Live together. Dip your toes in the water first, you know?
I like that. So test out the waters, see how your styles work together.
Exactly. See if it even feels good, you know?
Right, because that's important.
Totally. And then if it feels right, then you can explore, bigger collaborations.
So we're talking like co-creating a product or
Yeah.
what else?
Maybe you offer some kind of bundled service together
Oh, interesting.
or even write a book together. Who knows?
Love it.
Right. The possibilities once you start combining your, what was it?
Unicorn special power.
Yes, with someone else's unicorn special power. So cool.
And you know what this also ties into? It's something that Christine talks about a lot, building a community.
Oh, yeah, community. That feels like a whole other beast, though.
It can,
Yeah,
but it makes sense when you think about it. Collaboration, building community, they're both about connection, right?
true, true. But it's more than just having like a bunch of Instagram followers, right?
Way more. It's about like actual engagement, creating a space where people feel like they belong, where they get real value from being a part of it.
But honestly, when I hear build a community, sometimes I just want to crawl back under my weighted blanket. Like, where do I even start?
Christine hears you, and she gives some really solid starting points. One thing she emphasizes is like clear communication right out of the gate.
Okay, makes sense. Be clear about what this community is all about.
Exactly. What are the values that underpin it? What can people expect when they join?
It's almost like setting the ground rules right away.
It's like having like a welcome mat out that says, this is us. If it resonates, come on in.
I love that. Okay, so we're clear about the vibe. What's next?
Then it's about creating those opportunities for people to connect.
And like, what kinds of opportunities?
Could be anything.
Yeah.
Like asking thought-provoking questions, maybe bringing in guest experts to share their wisdom, even just celebrating each other's wins.
So it's about interaction, that back and forth energy.
Exactly. That's what makes it feel alive and, like a real community.
I feel like we've covered so much ground today, from like self-discovery all the way to building a thriving community.
It's a lot.
It is, but it's all connected. But let's be real, at some point we got to actually do the marketing, right?
Right.
And I don't know about you, but putting together a marketing plan, that's what really gets me overwhelmed.
Oh, tell me about it. It can feel huge.
It's like this big monster under the bed. But Christine, she actually has a whole system for making it feel less scary.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right, like she knows how overwhelming it can be, especially when we're already juggling a million things.
Which is like always.
Always. So she breaks it down, and it actually starts with, get this, your dream marketing activities. Like, imagine you have unlimited time, budget, resources.
Oh, I like this already.
Right.
What would you do?
Okay, yeah, brainstorming with no limits that I can get behind.
Exactly. And then once you've got all your big, wild ideas out,
Then what?
then you can start to prioritize, break things down into manageable chunks.
Okay, so it's like we dream big, then we get real.
And to help you get real, Christine, she actually has templates in the book.
Oh, wow, so helpful.
Right. They help you figure out like how much time something will take, how much it might cost.
Love that.
Me too. It's
Oh.
like having that marketing GPS,
Totally. You just got to plug in the destination.
and then follow the prompts. But I got to say, even with a GPS, we all hit detours sometimes, right?
Oh, all the time. And I feel like marketing is kind of the same way. Life throws curveballs, our businesses change.
For sure. Things come up, priorities shift.
And Christine gets that. She
Yeah.
talks about how important it is to be flexible,
Right. Like your marketing plan shouldn't be set in stone. It should be able to flow, change with you.
It's a living, breathing thing.
Exactly.
And sometimes I think the best marketing moves, they're the ones that happen organically, like just from paying attention to what your people are telling you they need.
100%.
Hmm.
And speaking of paying attention, Christine, she's all about making the most of what we've got, which is why she talks about these low-cost, even no-cost marketing tactics.
Yes. Because who doesn't love a good budget-friendly strategy?
Right. And one that she mentions that I love is creating those short, like, how-to videos.
Oh, those are great.
They're so good. You can share them everywhere. They show off what you know.
People love them. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Right, the best way.
Yeah.
And another one she talks about that's so powerful, referrals.
Oh, referrals are gold.
The best. Because, I mean, really, is there any better marketing than someone who's already a happy customer raving about you?
No, there really isn't. Word of mouth is everything.
It's true.
Wow, we have covered it all today. I feel like we took a deep dive into the deep dive.
We really did.
But as we wrap up, Christine, she leaves us with this one powerful question. It's kind of like a call to action, you know?
I love a good call to action. Lay it on me.
She asks, what one action will you take today to start putting authentic marketing into practice for your business?
Ooh, I like that. Just one thing. It makes it feel doable.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be huge. It could be as simple as, I don't know, picking one core value that really speaks to you.
Or maybe it's finally starting that dream list of marketing activities.
Yes. Whatever it is, the important thing is to just take that step.
That first step can be so powerful.
It really can. And of course, if you're ready to dive even deeper into all of this, we've got a link to Christine's website in the show notes, a treasure trove of amazing resources there.
So good.
Well, this has been fun.
We too.
Until next time, everyone.
Happy marketing.